Okay, we'll record this one. Well, we're talking about the mini gastric bypass, and is that any good? We think the mini gastric bypass is not just a good choice, but the best choice. And some recent research kind of helps us point out some of the good features of the mini gastric bypass. So one of the really nice ideas is that a group of surgeons in California said, gee, which is better? Which is better? The lap band or the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass? Which is better? So they took several hundred patients and they randomized them. And they gave half, roughly half, a lap band, and they gave the other half a Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. And they just reported their results. And the big front page headline on our surgical newspaper that we get is Study of Gastric Bypass and Banding. Mixed results. In other words, what did they find? They found that the lap band was safer than the safer than the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. So the lap band, pretty safe, pretty easy, didn't work very well. Okay? So lap band, pretty safe, pretty easy, didn't work very well. The Roux-en-Y gastric bypass patients, much better weight loss, it worked better, much higher complications. So they have two surgeries, one easy, doesn't work very well, one works pretty well, but not very safe. Oh, mini gastric bypass. Short, safe, simple, very effective. And in fact, more effective than the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. That's why we feel the mini gastric bypass is kind of the best choice. It has the short, simple, relatively safe surgery, a lot like the lap band is its safety and reversibility, but it's actually more effective than the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. And let's look at effectiveness. In their publication, they talked about the amount of weight loss. And they said the amount of weight loss that they got in the lap band patients was 45% of excess. 45% of excess. So to give you an idea of what that means, 45% of excess. Excess body weight, if you're a 5'5", 5'6" inch tall woman, and you weigh 300 pounds, about half of your body weight's excess. Maybe more, but for argument's sake and for division purposes, I'm going to say half. So if you're a 300-pound woman, just as an example, you weigh too much, I'm going to say you weigh 150 pounds too much. If you had a lap band, on average, they got around a 65 or 70 pound weight loss. Okay, not great. The Roux-en-Y gastric bypass patients did better. They got about a 65% weight loss, so 20% better, and that averages out to around 100 pounds. Good. For our mini gastric bypass, for the average 300-pound patient, the average weight loss is 140 pounds. So you get a very effective surgery at the mini gastric bypass and a very safe surgery. So this is recent research that we think kind of points out what are the kind of failings of the other kinds of surgery. And so I thought that would be interesting to record that and just talk about that for a second.